Tone, I think we got to make our picks, don't you think?
It feels right to me.
Because we're off tomorrow, we will not only be selecting this evening's game, but also this weekend's NFL matchups. And then for college, obviously, we're going to be on the call, so don't have to make a pick, right?
Yeah, no, can't.
Not allowed to.
That's kind of the thing.
We can. Bugle Boys definitely can.
No, but even you guys
Technically, we can't either. That would not be. We got to be right down the center with this one.
Tonight, Rams, Seahawks. Seahawks favored by 1.5 on DraftKings. 62% of the bets are in Puka Nacua. Hey, Pook, need a big one, buddy.
Yep.
Need a big one. You need to have a big game. This is a part of becoming a superstar in the league and what it's all about, especially if you're going to do stuff. It's going to be very loud if you don't perform on the field, which you always do. We can't wait to watch. Puka Nacua, Matthew Stafford, Sean McVay, and the boys travel up to Seattle for an NFC West heavyweight fight. Who's going to win the division? Who is a home playoff game? Or maybe a bye in home playoff throughout the entirety of the playoffs. Wow. AJ, who do you like? How do you like it? No injuries, basically, other than Devontae.
Okay, well, first off, I like these Seahawk uniforms. Do we have a name for these?
These are their version of the NFL rivalries. I believe they're the last team to wear them this year. It was the AFC East and NFC West. That's what those are.
Mike McCarthy took the Seattle Seahawks strictly because of Schneider.
I know.
That's I'm 0-3 whenever I pick with my heart, but damn, Schneider's got my heart pretty good. I'm taking the Seahawks up there. He would be 9-5 if he was making selections. Last week he took another L, so he's 9-5, still very much a winner. That is still a very good odds, still very good picking. He's on the Seahawks though because of Schneider. That is basically all it was. So it's kind of tough whenever he's that biased, knowing that whenever he watched film for this game, it was with the mindset of wanting to pick Schneider Seahawks. So AJ, who do you like? How do you like it?
Well, when I heard Coach Mike say that, I'm going with John Snyder and the Seahawks, I knew instantly what my pick was going to be. I was leaning heavily towards the Seahawks, and that just cemented my decision to take John Snyder and the Seattle Seahawks. And, I mean, think about it, though. This Seattle Seahawks defense, they bottled up Phil Rivers last week. That is not something that everybody can do. So I think they're going to continue with that momentum. Sam Darnold has a big game. I don't know why you're shaking your head. Give me the Seahawks.
No, I'm not yes. I'm saying yes to what you're saying.
Agreement.
Because you're right. Everybody was just killing the Seattle Seahawks because it was a close game against Phil Rivers and the Colts. Might we remind you that the Indianapolis Colts, whenever they had a quarterback that was operating, were the number one team in the NFL. This is the best offense in the entire league. Now, defense has a lot of injuries. So Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks not being able to move a lot on our defense. Lou Anarumo obviously gets a lot of credit for that. The defense flew around. So you can certainly judge that. But, Seahawks defense still very good. Oh, yeah. I mean, Jonathan Taylor was an MVP candidate just 3 weeks ago. So whenever you talk about beating the Colts in the way that they did and everybody holding that against the Seattle Seahawks, I think that was very disrespectful to the Indianapolis Colts. I think that was very disrespectful to the Seattle Seahawks. And on that note, give me the Los Angeles Rams. Ooh. Plus 1.5 going into Seattle. I like the Rams, and I think, I might not be mistaken, but I think Puka's going to have a huge game. I think Puka knows he has to. I think Puka is going to have a huge game. Just anytime there's a lot of this, most dogs understand what they have to do. We all believe that Puka's a dog, right?
For sure.
We all believe that is. So I think Puka is going to have an even bigger game. Not that he doesn't every single week. I think Matthew Stafford's going to do well. I think the wind is going to even only spotlight what Puka's going to be able to do anymore. You're going to have a lot of jet sweeps. You're going to have a lot of short throws to him, try to get him the ball early. He's going to run very angry. I think he has a good game strictly because he has to, because if he doesn't, it's going to be very loud. And I think McVay gets the job. Nope. Give me the Seahawks. I like the Seahawks.
Right. What happened?
I don't know. In my brain, in my head, I just literally saw and heard the Seahawks faithful, like the fans. And it was like, that's a massive difference, actually. In the 50-mile-an-hour winds, 40-mile-an-hour winds, I think that bodes well for the home team normally, especially if they know the place. And I think, I like the Seahawks, I think, too. Wow.
No Devontae. We're talking Mike McDonald's being a defensive mastermind, having to cover 2-1 sucks, but now it's just Puka. It's okay, let's take him out of the game completely, and then let's see if these three tight ends, Tutu Atwell and Kyron Williams, can beat us. With Devontae, I'm with you. It's just you wonder how all those touchdowns. How many goal-to-go touchdowns does Devontae have? 10 this year. That changes their offense just a little bit. Who knows if it's enough, but a little bit.
12
goal-to-go touchdowns.
Yeah, and we talked about it a bunch in the first hour, and I know, Harrison Mevis has been good this year, but, like, Jason Myers is arguably the best kicker in the NFL right now, and if you think it's going to be a close game, like, you side with the guy who has been,
just went 6
bulletproof.
The last time we talked up Jason Myers, though.
True. True.
No.
He missed a kick the next game. Tonight, he might miss a kick because of how windy it is going to be.
Did you say 50-mile-an-hour gusts up there?
Yeah, they're saying 40 to 50.
That's going to be wild. I mean, punting. I know I've played a game in Chicago where I'm on punt team, and the wind was so serious, the snap got blown like 10 yards away from our punter.
Yeah,
it's
the
crazy.
punting
It can happen.
The punting is the worst. And McCarthy, I don't know if you heard us talk to him in the first hour. He said something that was so empathetic of his punters that I was like, fuck, man. I never even thought of a coach thinking of that. Coach McCarthy was like, if it's super windy and it's third down, you're not worried to maybe take a shot here because the worst thing that could happen is just long interception. And it's basically just an arm punt. You kind of take it out of the punter's hands anyways. You don't have to worry about the wind. And I was like, yes. I would have loved to hear that from like somebody going into a game like in Cleveland. Yeah, we had a game in Cleveland. It was so cold, so windy. I mean, it was ass, and I did terribly. And I thought I was built for that. Like, born in Pittsburgh, West Virginia, like, I'm ready for this. And just mentally and physically just wasn't able to really do well. It would have been great if Andrew just throws 4 picks that game. Just 4 massive 55-yard picks. He did it for me. He didn't do it for me on purpose, I don't think, but he said it did cross his mind. Like, worst thing that happens here is 50-yard gain if an interception happens. Drake May just did it last week.
Yeah.
It's like, in these super windy games, punting is so hard. I didn't even mention the snap. That's 15 yards where that thing has to.
That's the scary thing. When it's that windy, that snap is not easy. That's for sure.
That's a 15-yard completion. Like, nobody really talks about it, and it's somebody
Can
up.
Sam punt? Can Sam Darnold or Stafford punt and do the old Ben Roethlisberger, take a couple steps back, and then all of a sudden quarterback boots it?
That'd be even more scary, though, because the free fall is what I talked about. So whenever somebody drops the ball, and then from hand to foot, there's a moment where that ball is just kind of lingering, and it doesn't have a lot of power or force. It's just kind of just hanging there. And if the wind's bad and that thing moves, it's like you got no shot to hit that thing clean, basically. So punting is a nightmare in this type of weather. And this is one of those games that I'll watch and I'll just be like so pumped that I don't even have to ever feel that feeling again of walking onto a field in warm-ups and just feeling and being like, well, let's hope I don't ruin my entire career today. Let's hope that this doesn't happen. And the worst thing that happens, you hit a shitty ball because it moves, hits off the inside of your foot, it's low, returner gets it, house call. Okay, so not only is it terrible average, it's a touchdown, and you just fucked your team. So, all right, it's been fun. That's possible tonight for the punters. So I believe in Dixon.
Yeah.
I think he's very good. Who's Rams punter?
The Jap guy, right?
Ethan Evans. I like him.
Yeah.
I think he's very good.
Flip side, though, for returners trying to catch those punts, if they actually do catch them, they can also muff them a lot easier.
Yeah, a lot of this.
Yeah, they're going to be getting away from it for sure.
A lot of Peter, Poison. What did you guys say?
Peter, always.
I always heard Peter as well. Whole life, every person Peter. And then there's people that say like Poison too. You ever hear that? People say that?
I definitely heard other teams say Poison. Yeah, we said Peter from first grade on probably.
Yeah, and I think even backyard football, street football.
What is that? What's the background of that? How did that start?
It might be regional as well because I've only ever heard Poison.
Back in, I think it was the early 20s, 1920s, Peter Van Dyke, he muffed the punt he shouldn't have touched, and so Peter. Yeah.
And then the band Poison, who obviously legendary band. Yeah, their axeman was a punter. And growing up in the Northeast,
He's just showing respect.
Yeah.
He started the whole Poison thing. Poison, great bands, get away from the ball.
Yeah, listen to music, don't touch the ball.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's a chance both those things are true. And there's a chance both of them are not. I assume there is a guy named Peter, though, that did something on a punt play, and everybody was like, this fucking asshole, don't be him. Just don't do it. All right, let's go to the Saturday doubleheader for the NFL. Philadelphia and Washington. Washington with Marcus Mariota, over under 44.5. Philadelphia Eagles seem to be very jolly on Hard Knocks. I'm actually really falling in love with their team.
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper obviously was in attendance with a big smile on his face. Go watch his new movie. Is this thing on? It's available, tomorrow?
Yeah.
December 19th.
Stand-up movie,
Yep.
right?
Yes.
Stand-up movie?
It's with Will
Arnett.
and
Laura Dern.
fascinating. He wrote, directed, shot, and is in Bradley Cooper. So you're talking like super talent in this entire thing. And we potentially heard from him while he was shooting and creating this. We're talking about actually holding the camera for a lot of these shots, and then directing, and then editing, and the whole writing, the whole thing. So we're incredibly pumped for Bradley Cooper. We think he did a great job. The tomato score for this is very high.
Certified fresh.
Very, very.
And it's like a 90 plus, I think.
Yeah, very, very high. So congrats to him. And Will Arnett and Cooper, I believe, have been friends for a very long time. And Cooper was like so excited and thankful that Will Arnett agreed to do it. Seems like he was perfect for the character.
Awesome.
We got a chance to watch like the first 45 minutes in here. Very thankful for the opportunity to do that. You're going to see the artistry in there, brother. I mean, there is the shots, the whole thing. It's congrats to him. That's available tomorrow, I do think.
Yeah.
Heat 31-zip. Eagles just beat the Raiders. Philly favored by 6.5. Who do you like? How do you like it, AJ?
I mean, I got to go Philly here. I'm trying to talk myself into taking Washington because I like a lot of the guys. I like Dan Quinn, but I like Philly here, -6.5.
I'll ride with you as well. 31-zip will shut up anybody who might have some doubts, myself included, for who that Philadelphia Eagles team is and who they can be. And it's meaningful football time. All Sirianni's teams, right, except for that one year where they lose 6 straight, have seemingly got better towards the end. Green Bay versus the Chicago Bears. Bears. 1.5-point dogs in Chicago. Could be one of the last times they play in the city of Chicago. Go ahead, Bruce. What's that? Oh, I'm sorry. The Bears favored by 1.5.
They were dogs yesterday. They were 1.5-point dogs yesterday.
Okay, so this coin.
What changed?
This coin flip. I think the news that this could be one of the final games in Chicago is maybe what changed things. AJ, we haven't got your opinion on that. Bears exploring all options as another seemingly deal to relocate is now no longer 100%er. Northwest Indiana, Gary area, only 31 minutes away from where Soldier Field currently is, said, hey, we're open for business. Mm-hmm. And Governor Mike Braun, who is a former businessman, now governor in Indiana, said, hey, we're open for business. And then allegedly there was either a law that was pitched or already on the books that could involve, I think, sports complexes being built for professional teams with tax-free incentives if you're to build it. So it's like everything that we've heard that the Chicago Bears are looking for and any team is looking for whenever they're trying to build these new massive stadium, hotel, shops, restaurants, Patriot Place, Jerry World type business. Indiana's like, yeah, we got it for you if you really want it, and if you can have it, we got it. And we're close. We're close. You can still be that. So, AJ, I know Packers fans would make fun of the Chicago Bears fans forever. I think Chicago Bears fans would not be happy at all. But it feels like the Chicago Bears relocation thing is just as bad as like when the Athletics are trying to leave Oakland here.
Yeah.
It's not really going well for them, AJ.
No, it's not. I mean, come on now. You can't have the Chicago Bears have a stadium in Indiana. I don't care how close it is.
You can.
Like, if I'm Indiana's governor or mayor, if I'm Indiana, absolutely bring them in, build your stadium, give me your millions and millions of dollars of tax dollars that are coming in, and we're going to bring all this revenue for sure. But no, the Bears need to play in Chicago.
The Jets and Giants play in New York City?
No,
Where
they're
they
the
play?
New York Jets, New York Giants, and they play in New Jersey.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Chicago Bears.
So maybe we're negotiating in the public. That's what we're doing here. That's all we're doing.
Potentially, but they've done this multiple times. Kevin Warren has done this multiple times with the Bears, and it has come back not good multiple times, where it said, like, yep, we're doing it. We can't get the funding, actually, so we're not going to be able to do it. Well, why'd you say you're going to do it? It felt like you thought you were going to get the funding. Well, there's always a chance. And then, we're doing it.
Where the Cowboys play it.
And then all of a sudden, they ain't got it. Arlington.
Where do the Niners play?
It is the state of Texas.
Santa Clara.
Oh.
We're talking cities. We're talking states.
We're just saying.
Both.
We're just saying there's a lot of lies.
Talking about the Midwest Bears here.
We're talking about the Gare Bears.
Yeah.
Up there in
Country Bears.
Gary,
Gare Bears?
Indiana, the Midwest Bears, the American Bears. Is that what you're talking about? Chicago Bears?
I guess so. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, either way, nothing's happening anytime soon. Sounds like.
Well, Governor Mike Braun said, actually, we could break ground tomorrow.
Right now.
Can't touch Michael Jackson's house. Okay, can't do that, but
Anything else?
we got everything.
Where's that?
Gary.
Oh, Gary, you mean? Yeah. I used to drive through Gary all the time coming to and from Green Bay.
See, so you know the land well. So Michael Jackson's house is going to be right there. The Gare Bear Casino will be right here. You can not only stay at the Gare Bear Casino, which we're getting all the revenue from all the hotel rooms and everything else that's happening right there. You can walk right outside. Guess what we got? We got the American Bears Shopping Plaza right here.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. Not just a gift shop, but obviously any actual stores that you could potentially need on a trip. You want a new jacket maybe to go hang out, maybe some gifts? We got 14 different stores here, a full plaza.
Build a Bear workshop.
Oh, my gosh. And not only can you build a bear, you can also build a nice meal. We got 14 restaurants here that you can kind of. So basically, you come watch the Gare Bears. You're staying in our place. You're eating our food. You're shopping in our stores. You're gambling in our casino. And you're watching our team in our stadium. That's all possible in Gary,
Full weekend.
That's right.
That's
Also,
all possible.
Not just Michael. Tito, also born there. Okay. All
And-
the Jacks.
And the rest of them,
Janet.
there's a bunch of them.
And
Latoya.
Jermaine.
And?
That's about as far as I'm getting.
you were close though. I mean, I think you
Jackson
were.
5.
Yeah, you were very, very close. You almost had it.
Joe,
All of
his
them.
dad Joe.
That could be their pump-up song. Their Renegade turns into ABC. Yeah, you know me.
Oh my gosh.
Or Man in the
Do,
Mirror.
re, mi, A, B,
Man, the mirror's
C,
good.
1, 2, 3.
Gosh. And then they
Thriller.
could in the back of each end zone
Beat it.
for only Bears players. Maybe Thriller. I mean, if we're just gonna start listing off all the songs that we know by Michael Jackson, I like that. But in the back of the end zone, the Gare Bears cleats, they'll have secret things in there. They can strap into two metal things, and they can do that forward lean.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good idea.
so that could be only in certain spots in the back of the end zone.
Okay.
Only the Gare Bears will know the location
Yep.
of. And their cleats, they'll be able to strap in like it's a bike, like a Peloton bike.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're, and then the refs are going to be like, if he goes below, what would that be? 45
Yeah.
degrees?
Yeah.
Yep.
If he goes past 45 degrees, you got to throw the flag. You just can't go to,
Yeah, you can't be.
can't do that.
Caleb in those things, he's going to 10 degrees.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about him all the way down. He's going to get a matcha probably. A Gare, which they own the matcha shop.
They do.
It might be Caleb's matcha right outside.
Maybe Khalib's.
Could be. Some say Caleb.
Never know.
Some say Khalid.
Roma Dunze and Luther Burden are out for this one. They just got rolled out. So
All right. AJ, does that change anything for you?
Packers have a shitload.
No, but with all that being said, I will take the Green Bay Packers on the road.
Get
I know
it
you
now.
want to do it. I know you want to pick. You're going to pick the Bears, but you want to pick Green Bay because you feel and you know that they're going to win.
That line is
But I
definitely
understand
gonna
what you're
change.
doing here. It's a program. You got to pick against me. Here we go.
Okay.
This is a must-win for the Packers.
Well, as I saw the GB there, all I thought to myself was good, better,
Ooh.
And then is there best on the other side there?
I don't know. He's never got to say that against the Packers, so
Ben Johnson said, I can't wait to beat LaFleur 2
Maybe
times.
2026.
Close to 2026, though. Maybe the year starts early, just like Chicago kind of stretches into Gary, Indiana. They were going to realign the states, AJ. That was being pitched. Seriously,
Really?
very real. Southern Illinois was about to, parts of Southern Illinois were about to become part of Indiana, and then I think parts of that were about to go to Illinois. It was being pitched. Local news, who knows if it's real? Who knows what's being pitched and what's not being pitched, but I think the politicians are always spitting something. I'll take the Packers. Golly, I don't like it.
Good to see you making nice, rational decisions.
Oh, no. I'm actually wanting to do a box over there.
So
Boom.
I like the pick. Let's move along. Let's go to Sunday's games. We have the Buffalo Bills taking on the Cleveland Browns. Bills favored by only 10.5. Once again, the Colts were 14-point underdogs in Seattle. Okay, I thought that was very disrespectful by the books. I will continue to think that is disrespectful. Buffalo Bills favored by 10.5 in Cleveland. Cleveland's defense in Cleveland, crazy. Myles Garrett can obviously get a record for most sacks ever recorded in one NFL season. Shador Sanders fresh off a lot of picks. What do you think goes? How do you think goes? AJ, who do you like? How do you like it?
I mean, I feel like this Buffalo Bills team is really rounding into form, and they're really starting to hit their stride. Obviously, Josh Allen doing well, so I will take the Buffalo Bills on the road minus 10.5.
15-mile-an-hour winds, 28 degrees, 30 degrees is what NFLweather.com.
Colder, windier, the better for Josh and the Bills. You know that.
Agreed. Slight chance of rain, so it could be a little bit shitty. Give me Josh Allen in the Bills, favored by 10.5 as well. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Carolina Panthers. Now, this one's interesting because Canales, the head coach of the Carolina Panthers, formerly of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, referenced how this particular ref crew loves to call pass interference. And for Mike Evans, this might be a little bit of a benefit. For the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they might be able to eat off of this. Now, I know this because we did whenever we were down there with Mike Evans and our weapons that we had. So that could be a storyline that could develop. I also appreciate the fact that we're starting to talk about these types of things with ref crews going into it, because teams talk about this type of shit with ref crews. Hey, this crew is more likely to call a hold. This crew is more likely to let it go. This crew calls the handsy shit. This crew does these types of things. So these are the types of conversations that actually happen in buildings. Now that it's becoming public, I like it, especially with the NFC South on the line here. Who do you like? How do you like it in Carolina and Tampa Bay, AJ Hawk?
Yeah, the Bucs have been a bit of a weird team for me to try. I've picked the Bucs a lot of times, and I've been it's blown up in my face. But I feel confident. I'm taking the Bucs here -3, even though they are favorites on the road. Why are they favorites? They should be. You should give the Panthers -3.
You should need to talk to the sports books for that. So 57% of the public bets are on the Carolina Panthers. Congrats to them. There's no way that has ever happened.
Nope.
No.
In a long time. It has not happened in a long time. I'll take the Carolina Panthers +3 at home.
I was going to say, if you believe in that the Panthers basically have been really shitty one week, and then they look like world beaters the next week, and then they look really shitty the next week. They got beat by the Saints last week. A lot of people saying, hey, that may have been their really shitty game. They might come out like gangbusters in this one at home.
To his point, Panthers are 5-1 straight up after a loss and 6-0 against the spread after a loss.
Kansas City Chiefs favored by 3 in Nashville. Gardner Minshew at quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay, he gets a full week to work with the boys.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to want to win. Gardner Minshew, perfect quarterback for the situation that the Kansas City Chiefs are currently in, I would say. He's older. He's respected. He only knows one speed, so hopefully that can rally everybody around him to buy in. Andy Reid and the Chiefs have to figure out what the future looks like, obviously, in the offseason. The present is the Tennessee Titans. Cam Ward has come out and said something about wanting to meet all the coaching candidates. Cam Ward, I don't think you should want to do that, and I think you should not say that publicly. Just naturally, I appreciate what you mean by that and the sentiment of that, but everybody's natural reaction would be, okay, bud. Okay. That is basically what everybody immediately does. Okay, let's try to do something. Aaron Rodgers wasn't even talked to whenever the Green Bay Packers hired their new coach, Matt LaFleur, currently. Some places do it, some places don't. Tennessee Titans have a lot to figure out. Not saying Cam Ward's going to be a bad quarterback. Not saying Cam Ward shouldn't feel as if he should talk to the coaching candidates, but Cam Ward should also know that it's much bigger than him whenever it comes to an NFL franchise, and who knows what the Titans look like next year with him, without him, move on from him. You know, he has no idea what this looks like anyways either. Kansas City Chiefs favored by 3 with Gardner Minshew. Who do you like? How do you like it, AJ?
I mean, I was thinking of taking the Titans here because I think the Chiefs have never been in this situation. A lot of these guys on the team have never been in a situation where you're not going to make the playoffs. Game doesn't really mean a whole lot, but I can't do it. I'm taking the Chiefs still.
Yeah, Chiefs going to play free down there. And, you know, hey, a lot of history in Nashville for one particular one of those players. A lot of history in Nashville for one of those particular players. Who knows who's going to be singing the national anthem? It's going to be Taylor Swift.
Maybe.
For a team under 500?
Chargers. She'll be wearing Chiefs gear.
Oh, okay.
Chargers. Cowboys. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Chargers. Cowboys. Cowboys favored by 2.5 at home. 76% of the bets are on the Chargers.
Yeah, Chargers need this one. They are at Dallas this week, but then versus Houston on the road, and then at home rather, and then at Denver. If they drop this one, then there is a chance that they finish in that 7 seed, or after the Colts beat the Niners, damn near fall out of the playoffs.
Just came out today that Flus will be spending the rest of the season up in the booth, calling the defense from up in the booth.
Okay, I thought their defense was kind of figuring it out. I like that we're making some changes down the stretch here. Big fan of that. Dak Prescott and Brandon Aubrey had an incredible interaction on Hard Knocks after Brandon Aubrey knocked the guy down, didn't lose his balance, and then also admitted on silent, I don't know what I'm supposed to do in that situation. Obviously grew up playing soccer, played soccer a majority of his life, gets a tackle. Then I guess he showed up a little bit late to practice, probably had some media obligation. Maybe it was, I have no idea what he was doing. And as he jogged out after Dak, the entire team was like, okay. And Dak even goes over to him and is like, hurt a little bit though, right? Hurt a little bit? And Aubrey's like, yes. It feels like their vibes are immaculate at the Dallas Cowboys. I know that, not everything has gone swimmingly for them this year. I know there's been ups, there's been downs, but if you watch the Hard Knocks, it's hard not to be a believer in Dak Prescott being the face of anything you want to run.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I think that, I just think back to when they hired Shoddy and just how it was kind of like, not that he was going to be a lame duck, but everyone basically saying like, this is who you guys, you fired Mike McCarthy, you had no plan in place, and you just said, all right, fuck it, we're going to hire, Shoddy. I think all those guys really like him. They play for him. I think he's done. I mean, the Cowboys were the laughingstock of the NFL after they traded Micah Parsons. And, 10 weeks later, we were talking about them being maybe the hottest team in the NFL. So, yeah, they're probably not going to make the playoffs. But this season overall, has been kind of a success for them.
Yeah, they're damn near out. 99.9% eliminated from the playoffs. A lot would have to happen. They would obviously have to win, and many other things would have to fall into place. Do you like the Chargers or do you like the Cowboys, AJ?
I was leaning Chargers, but honestly, you guys kind of talked me into taking the Cowboys. So give me Dak and the boys here.
I don't know who to take on this one.
I mean, for one team, it's a must-win. For the other team, it's let's go have some fun.
Yeah, which you
Who
don't
plays
know.
better?
Exactly. Yeah, I know. That's why it's
Playing loose.
That's why, for the Chiefs, I feel like the Chiefs are going to play very fucking good because it's just like
Let's
first
go.
time in forever.
Exactly. Yeah.
Travis Kelce hasn't played in who cares game. In
And think when they
10
come out to
years.
warm-ups for that Titans game, like the stands probably aren't going to be jam-packed. It's going to be bring your own juice, one of those games.
And for the Chargers, I mean, this is a third one in a row. Like they were overtime against the Eagles, and it was a 16-13 last drive against the Chiefs. Now it's at Dallas.
I think I saw some resume for the Chargers about the most wins against playoff teams or something like that. I think the Chargers have a lot of if we're to score good wins, I think, or strength of schedule and shit like that. I think the Chargers fans were telling me, if it might have been another team, so maybe I'm misremembering.
I know there was something in the group about teams with records
Above 500.
above 500, and the Rams were 10 and whatever, and everyone else was like 3 and whatever. I don't know if that was it.
I thought there was a Chargers stat somewhere because there was some Chargers fans tweeting me to have respect for what they're doing over there, and it's like we do. All right, I'll take the Chargers. I'll take the Chargers plus 2.5 going over there. That's interesting though, man. That Chargers team, I want to believe, right? Don't we all?
Yeah.
We do.
You don't want to believe?
No, not after what that child had to hear last week. But he's just trying to talk to his favorite player,
Well, it's not his favorite player. We know that.
to one of his favorite players.
To a player, yeah. But on that note, still a child.
Still just a small boy with an even younger sister at his heels.
Those are influential moments in the history of people's lives.
That kid went home and ripped posters down. Now, would Dak do that?
All right, so on that note, give me the Chargers because Herbert's going to have to walk around a lot of kids.
Exactly. He's going to be fucking pissed.
So mad to see all these people and kids talking to him.
Oh, fuck this!
Fucking hate these people. Why are these people here? This is football. They're not a fucking carnival.
Hit me, Jim. Hit me.
Right in the face. Actually, and
Yeah.
that kid too.
Smack my hand really fucking hard.
I forgot he had a broken limb.
He does.
Vikings, Giants. Vikings in 9, favored by 3, going to take on Dart. AJ, who do you like? How do you like it?
I like the Giants.
Whoa.
Jeez, that was quick.
I don't know why when I saw this game pop up, too. I like Jackson Dart and the Giants. I really do.
All right.
They could finish the game.
I'll follow the lead of betting against you. Give me the Vikings. Windy, what's the weather here? I mean, it might help.
There's a chance of snow, and nobody's gonna fucking be there.
Amen.
Yeah, it's going to be you're going to have just your buddies on the
A
sidelines.
lot of those.
Just your buddies on the sideline for this one. All right, I'll take the Vikings. Give me 9.
Yes.
Give me 9. Jets, Saints. Saints favored by 4.5. I like the Saints. AJ?
Saints.
Bengals, Dolphins. I like the Dolphins.
What do we think the crowd for that one's going to be?
Similar to
Miami.
Packed. Quinn Ewers first start. Place will be cranked.
4.5. Who do you like, AJ?
I know Joey B's trying to throw us off the scent and act like things aren't really great, but I like Joey B here on the road. Give me the Bengals.
That is.
What?
He said the same thing last week, and they went out and laid an egg.
I did.
But
You're right.
Miami, models,
Sure.
fashion, warm.
Ah, good point.
Give me the Bengals. Give me the Bengals minus 4.5. Jacksonville Jack. Oh, but it felt like maybe a rally around moving on from Tua down
Oh,
there.
everyone's pumped.
I'll
Yeah,
take
the
the
center was pumped. I saw the center get interviewed. He seemed pretty excited.
That's one of
for
our
this play.
games. Fire coach game's one of them, and new quarterback is one
I'll
of them.
take Dolphins plus 4.5 at home. Let's go, Gump. Let's go.
Gotta have it.
Well,
No.
no, you had to have had it.
No, Quinn Ewers first start. Gotta have it.
Well, who's going to coach him next year if he is the quarterback?
We'll figure that out down the road. We just got to win on Sunday.
Yeah, just cover is all we're looking for. Plus 4.5.
We'll bring it home.
Jags, Broncos. Broncos favored by 3 in Denver. This Jacksonville Jaguars team special. Trevor Lawrence coming off his best game as an NFL quarterback by far. 5 through the sky, 1 through the ground. 6 total touchdowns. They got weapons, they got schemes, and they got a defense that's seemingly humming. How do you feel about this one, A.J. Hawk, with the hot Denver Broncos?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of what Trev and the boys are doing down in Jacksonville, but I feel like this is Bo Nix and the Broncos defense on this one. So give me Broncos.
58% of the bets on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Good for them. I'll take the Broncos as well. Falcons, Cardinals, just because I need the Broncos, by the way. Falcons, Cardinals, 3-point spread. 53% of the bets are on Arizona. Kirk Cousins breaking down every offense in the NFL at press conferences. Raheem Morris says everything's on the table for the quarterback position going forward. Ownership says everything's on the table for every position going forward potentially. And then the Cardinals routinely lose by 20 points. That is seemingly who they are now. What are your thoughts, AJ? Who do you like? How do you like it?
So Kirko's starting for the Falcons, right, this game?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we just don't know. I like the Falcons. I feel like they got to figure out. And like you said, you say that the Cardinals routinely lose by 20. I don't know if they lose by 20, but I think the Falcons win and cover here.
Yeah, they might lose by 20. Drake London did practice yesterday. He's missed 4 straight games, and I think Marvin Harrison Jr. also practiced for the Cardinals.
I like that. I like the Cardinals team. I like Gannon, but every time you look at the score, it's just not good.
They stink.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I have no idea what happened to them. They got great local commentary team, though.
Number 2 in the NFL, some people.
Number 2 in the league.
Yeah.
Also, Trey McBride is 12 catches away from setting the all-time record for single-season catches for a tight end.
Good luck to McBride. I hope he
So
gets it
good.
this weekend.
So good.
He has been fun to watch, and his intensity would be great on a good team. So hopefully they're able to become that. I'll take the Falcons as well. Raiders, Texans. Texans favored by 14.5. Over-under 37.5. So you start looking at the over-under, and then you look at how big they're favored. They're like, the Raiders are scoring maybe 3 points in this game.
Their team total is 10.5.
Okay, exactly. Shut out by 30 plus, outgained by 300 plus. The Raiders, Kansas City Philly, became the second team to have multiple such games in a season since the 1947 Colts, who are in Baltimore, obviously. Shut out by 30 plus and outgained by 300 plus yards. It's only happened one other time in the history, multiple times in a season. This Raiders team is one of them. And this Texans team, it can certainly do it. And I will take the Houston Texans minus whatever. You as well, AJ?
Absolutely, Texans.
Lions favored by 7 at home against the hot Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers is going to want to go into Detroit and get a big-time win. Obviously, he has a lot of history in Detroit. Foxy, favored by 7. Love it or hate it?
7's a lot of points, but if you guys remember, Dan Campbell, after a loss, holds the record currently. I think it's tied for the record for wins after a loss, so this would continue that record, break the record. And it's just been a weird season. Our offense is like number 1 in every category, but the defense can't stop anyone, so I'm expecting a shootout. If it's a shootout, I think Lions win.
Tone?
Yeah, I tend to agree with what he said. Lions 5-0 this year, off a loss, 4-1 against the spread, off of a loss this year. The one thing that they are horrendous at is their secondary in the passing game. So, do the Steelers have the offense to exploit that? I don't know. I've been excited to see. This one doesn't matter. So,
DK Metcalf gave a great answer on Kuntz's podcast about Pittsburgh. Basically being hey, this city just shows up to work. They're genuine people. You know exactly how they feel. There's a ruggedness to this city that he appreciates. You're about to work that I like. I like to hear that from DK Metcalf. I like the Pittsburgh Steelers getting 7 going into Detroit. Detroit might win the game, but getting blown out at this stage, I don't think this team's going to have that happen to them. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the Steelers also, they get indoors, they feel pretty good. Your body feels good. You're all, your joints, everything's great. So, yeah, I'll take the Steelers
watch
as well.
out for the demon.
I was going to say, it's not just Rodgers who has the NFC North, memories in that building. The demon. I think the demon's going to score his first touchdown as a Pittsburgh Steeler this weekend.
I like that. You got a cake from Tom Cruise today.
Very true.
New England Patriots taking on the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday Night Football. Obviously, when you forecast this at the beginning of the season, you wonder if the New England Patriots are going to be good enough to make this game matter. Now, if we were to forecast this Sunday Night Football game at the beginning or at this stage of the season, it's like, what the hell happened to Baltimore? And also, what the hell happened to New England? This team all of a sudden a Super Bowl favorite, Super Bowl darling, whenever they got a first-year head coach, second-year quarterback, brand new offensive system, and an expectation level going in that maybe next year they'll be good. Maybe in the next couple years they'll be good. They're good now, and they won it all. And they're underdogs going into Baltimore. Conman, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one to pick right now. Bob Spillane, Marcus Jones, Carlton Davis have missed practice the last 2 days, including today. Yeah, Bobby Spillane. Yeah, boy, oh boy. Last week against the Bills when that starting defense runs out and Bob Spillane it doesn't run with them. That's kind of when you start thinking, Josh Allen might have some fun today. But the Ravens defense has kind of come alive. That's the real problem. Shutting out Burrow, maybe not this year it means as much, but still blanking them means a lot. But 3-point dogs, kind of love it. Win and we're in the playoffs, baby. Let's go to the dance.
80% of the bets are on the New England Patriots.
Fuck, man!
That is not surprising.
What the fuck? What do you mean it's not surprising?
I thought they'd be favorites, even on the road. I thought they'd
me
be
too.
favorites.
But
AJ, you're taking the Patriots?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, me too. All right. Let's have the greatest weekend of all time.
hell yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
you guys want to pick the Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua fight?
Yep. AJ?
I love Jake, but I'm going to take Anthony Joshua.
Okay. Well, I am a real American. So give me Jake Paul.
Jake said he's going to be coming everywhere.
Yeah, he did.
And he said 5th or 6th round. I don't like the angle in which Jake Paul is choosing to create content here, but certainly getting a lot of eyeballs on the situation that the fight's happening. A lot of people seeing Anthony Joshua pick up Jake Paul and suck his face.
Yeah.
That was AI.
It was. I know. That one I could tell. I still think the silverback gorilla might be real.
Yeah, I don't love that was immediately shot down as fake. If that silverback gorilla had the capability of doing that.
Who shot it down? Whoever shot it down immediately is an asshole. Okay, that's something you got to watch 10 times before you say, okay, fine. Poop doesn't just come out like a circle perfectly like that.
Well, you would think if he does have consistent flow out of his cheeks, which clearly he could.
Definitely.
The window would then be doing the science.
Exactly.
And it would disperse at a perfect radius.
And we don't know, did they just put some Windex on that exact spot so it kind of just catches it naturally and makes that shape?
Yeah, and we assume that this silverback gorilla has perfected the art of bullet pooping.
Yeah.
No doubt.
And that was clearly birdshot.
It's one of those things.
Correct.
So
Just the velocity at which the turds flew out are what threw me off, made me think it's probably not real.
So you've obviously never
So you didn't see
watched them and
Yeah,
Okay,
you
look,
didn't see
he's
it.
like, what,
look,
I
at,
think-
look, he clenches his
Okay,
butt right there. Yeah, he aims it.
So he's probably 4 feet away from the window, and somehow you got turds.
3
that
feet.
just
That's 1
shoot out
yard,
that.
dude. Anybody can
Okay.
get a yard.
That was believable to me. You see the gorilla just sit down right before to projectile it.
Yeah.
Boom.
He did.
It's
You're right.
strategy.
He did.
see the muscles.
I can't rule it out because in 6th grade we went to Washington, D.C., and we went to the zoo, and there was a hippo at the zoo. And
They spin their tails.
He pooped with similar velocity, but they spin their tails to chop it up. So it was impressive to see in person.
You ever
so
seen that?
It's similar.
It's awesome.
No.
I mean, if Bevo pushed the way that gorilla did, it would have pooped on your back.
Yeah, but Bevo is a longhorn. This is silverback fucking gorilla.
Yeah,
It's at a
exactly.
zoo. We don't know. Like, did a couple burgers get dropped into the enclosure? Did this guy eat a couple slices of za that day before he had to do something like this? We don't know.
Quesadoritos back.
Well, maybe it was that, but also what we would like to say, because he clearly has an upset tummy if you're able to do this.
Yeah.
He should be having some of Tom Cruise's coconut bunt cake.
I couldn't agree more.